Especially since the civil rights era of the 1960s, arguably no other ethnic group has been targeted with anti-Israel or pro-Palestinian propaganda more than the Black American community. There has been the expectation on the part of Israel critics that Black people will be sensitive to the plight of the poor Arab Palestinians. In fact, Dr. King not only defended Israel's right to exist within its territorial integrity, he also advocated for international aid for the Arabs of the region and what he called that third world of hunger, of disease, of illiteracy. However, within each of the many Black for Palestine efforts that existed since the 1960s, there has been one constant glaring omission: the Arab Palestinian leaders' abuse and exploitation of their own people. In 1975, Black Americans to Support Israel Committee co-founder Bayard Rustin criticized PLO chairman Yasser Arafat for abusing the people he claimed to represent. It should be noted that the PLO's terrorism is practiced on the dissidents within the Palestinian community as well as on Israelis and their supporters. Arafat likes to talk of the PLO goal of establishing a democratic state, but here again we must distinguish between a word's actual meaning and Arafat's definition. The PLO is certainly no model for democracy. No one elected Arafat to represent the Palestinians. Its authority is guaranteed by the freedom fighter's gun, to which Mr. Arafat referred at the UN. Still today, the list of human rights abuses afflicted by Hamas and the PLO is very long. So here are some examples. The leaders of the Arab Palestinian people use minor children as soldiers or enemy combatants and intentionally place them in harm's way. This is one of the most heinous parts of Yasser Arafat's legacy. They use school textbooks, summer camps, and children's television programs to indoctrinate children to hate or kill Israelis. They commit war crimes, including the murder of their own women and children. They embezzle billions in international aid money while Arab Palestinian people remain in poverty. Hamas and PLO leaders have personal net worths of millions, and some are worth billions. They block Palestinians from receiving needed medical services in Israel, but access Israeli doctors or hospitals for themselves and their families. They store missiles in or near active hospitals, schools, mosques, and churches, then launch those missiles into Israel from these locations. They ban freedom of speech and freedom of the press. Palestinian journalists are routinely harassed, imprisoned, or tortured. In 2020, Hamas arrested a young peace activist from Gaza for having a Zoom conversation with Israelis. They banned free and fair elections. Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas was elected to a 4-year term in 2005. Hamas ruled Gaza along with its rival Fatah in 2006, then took complete control in 2007. They persecute Christians. They torture and kill prisoners. They allow the honor killing of women. They torture and kill gay men. In his 2012 article entitled "Why Palestinians Want Israeli Citizenship," Arab-Israeli journalist Khaled Abu Toameh stated, "Many of those who have applied for Israeli citizenship are Christians from Jerusalem who are afraid of ending up under the jurisdiction of the Palestinian Authority or Hamas." Ironically, obtaining Israeli citizenship has become a way for Palestinians to ensure their social, economic, health, and education rights in the country. There is no denying that applying for Israeli citizenship in defiance of PLO and Hamas warnings is also a political statement on the part of the applicants. They are actually making clear that they would prefer to live under Israel than any Arab rule. Since IPSI's founding in 2013, we have actively sought a Black pro-Palestinian person or group who consistently defends Palestinian human rights, those who are willing to rebuke the Palestinians' real oppressors. We have found none. For those who consider themselves defenders of Palestinian human rights, we simply ask, where is the support for the Palestinian struggle against Hamas? Where is the protest against the abuse of the PLO? Do you realize that terrorists are using you as their cover for violence and theft? There are brave men and women living under crushing Palestinian rule. When will you be their voice?